Attack on Titan Chapter 113, Levi vs the Beast Titan Round 2. So what's up guys, Foxen here, and talk about miscalculations. And I'm talking about for Levi and Zeke. Before that, let me actually say Happy New Year's to you guys. Hopefully you're off to a great start. Also, congratulations to Isayama for getting married. It actually happened last year, but the news is just coming out. I do wonder who the lucky lady is. Most likely we'll never find out though. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into it. Miscalculations in the Titan Forest. So to start this, you do see Levi having this flashback. They mentioned that the Survey Corps worked hard to get that wine cargo. Was that the regular Survey Corps, or did the new recruit sneak that in there? And like I keep going back to the infamous line now about miscalculations. That was definitely a huge one for Levi, giving the okay. Yeah, Levi's gonna have to live with that one. As for Zeke's lie about the wine paralyzing whoever drank it, this has actually been a very popular question from you. Why didn't they all freeze up? I personally never thought it was anything too complex. I mean, if you think about it, this was years later. I'm sure in that time they were able to make this mixture without the negative effects, simply for this usage. Next up, let's talk about Levi versus the mindless Titans. Oddly, these Titans could climb a lot better now. Has Zeke just gotten better at commanding the Titans? Or perhaps are these Titans just better and stronger Titans from his wine juice? Unfortunately for Levi, they weren't just any random mindless Titans. These guys were buddies that he was stationed with for months. Or was it 1 month? Either way, I'm sure that Levi knew these guys from the past. Unsurprisingly, Levi showed some clear hesitation cutting these Titans down, let alone killing them. Poor Levi was in total pain. The Ackermen really must have their own Titan curse. Anyone that gets close to Levi freaking dies. That is, unless you're a Titan yourself. By the way, this did confirm that Levi did in fact keep some blades, which really makes me question the previous line. What was the line he told the soldier when he was gonna cut down Zeke into some human sushi? Next up, switching it up, let's talk about Zeke. First off, Zeke's miscalculation. Zeke this chapter was clearly Mr. Overconfident, just standing on the sidelines. I mean, Jargoman Zeke didn't even get that far at all. Interestingly, Zeke does bring up something regarding running out of time again, although this chapter, it seemed like he was almost talking down to what he thinks is a killed off Levi. Oh, you don't know anything, you child. Marley and the rest of the world are about to recreate D-Day on Paradise Island any day now. And then you have this panel shot of both brothers, of course a bum looking Eren. Zeke still has some secret plan with Eren, or just himself. At this point though, it seems like he's full on Team Yeager. Although I still question whether these guys are truly on the same page. I see some backstabbing coming, potentially from Mr. Free Eren Yeager. Unfortunately for the Beast Titan, Levi said screw you. Just look at this shot, Levi with the Thunder Spears. I freaking loved this panel. And this chapter honestly has so much amazing art from Isayama. This looked like a little Shinigami coming for Zeke. Oh, you're gonna get it, monkey boy. Something to notice about Zeke this chapter is that he was quite chatty. Even some thoughts too. It looks like this guy really starts talking when he gets caught off guard. It really makes me think back to his Survey Corps battle in chapter like 80. And yes, Zeke must have been sweating freaking balls at the sight of Levi. Oh crap, an Ackerman! Freaking sushi PTSD kicking in. I just loved how Zeke looked totally desperate with that Titan transformation via biting. It really reminds me of the time that Eren and Frida did that move. And look here, what do we have? Some Beast Titan crystal on the neck. Finally got a visual confirmation that the Beast Titan can in fact get hard too. So awesome. But Beast Titan, how about some Titan crystal fists? Or Zeke, you should have practiced making some small crystal balls to throw at people. That would have been really useful. Not that it really would have mattered versus the goddamn Levi. This guy totally owned the Beast Titan a second time. Third time if you count the little act back in the Marley battlefield. And Levi using the Thunder Spears, finally too, for the win. Such a nice visual. There's so many this chapter. I mean, take a look at this shot of the Thunder Spears around Zeke freaking out, followed by the exploding monkey. It really reminds me of Reiner going through the same thing with his armor Titan when he faced the Thunder Spears from the Survey Corps. And let's be completely honest, Levi caught the Beast Titan with his banana hanging out. He could have totally made him into sushi again, or carved him up in like 100 other ways possible. But nope, he pissed off the top Ackerman, gonna blow you up in style. This whole scene is gonna be short, but I can't wait to see it in the anime in 5 years. Oh, and at the end there, that Beast Titan position, doesn't that look so familiar now? At the end of the day, it looks like Zeke got way too cocky and overconfident. I'm starting not to buy into that super intelligent stat of his. Although to be fair, the comparison is an 11 for wisdom, compared to like 11 or 11 plus or even 20 for this god tier human. Not to mention they were in a freaking forest, which was the whole reason why Levi wanted to put Zeke in this location. to have the advantage. So far, Zeke has killed so many people in the past. Did he honestly believe that Levi would hesitate that much not to kill the Titans? Although I'm just thinking, perhaps Levi should have left a small Titan around. I mean, you would have gotten rid of one of the Yeager royal blood brothers, but Levi wanted to feed Zeke to Historia with the beefsteaks anyway. One thing I do have to point out that's a little questionable is the nuking of the Beast Titan. It almost seemed like Levi got extremely lucky that Zeke even survived that, which I'm not even 100% sure he cared either way. If you think about it, that blast could have easily wiped out Zeke, and more importantly, the Beast Titan power from the story. Let me actually touch on some of the earlier stuff from the chapter. So you have some people feeling the Titan tingling from the side effects of the wine. Or should I say Zeke screaming. There was this question about whether Pixie stuck to his own stash, but looks like this commander couldn't resist temptation. That broken cup confirmation is all you needed. Something else to notice is that there's a ton of people who felt it. It wasn't just the military police. So it also seems to confirm that it wasn't only high-ranking officials who got a taste of this Titan nectar. As for Falco here, Falco is totally fine. No brain damage, I think. From the looks of Hanji being completely unaware, thankfully it seems that Hanji didn't drink any of the tainted wine herself. But there's also something more to this. I think it also kills the possibility that they tainted the tea, coffee, or food in general. At least for now. Next up, switching to Eren's hometown. Hey, you gotta come back from Keith. Hey dude, how's it been? Still feeling down? So really not a surprise to see that this guy is still in charge of the scout trainee program. Equally unsurprisingly is some of the new recruits disagreeing with the old government, especially the young ones. After everything that's been happening, it's really not hard to see why they would be wanting to fight for Eldia and wanting Eren to freaking lead. But the question is, did Keith hear that? You got Keith looking down, is this guy feeling bad? Which really goes back to that thing about not being special from the Uprising arc. Clearly that doesn't seem to be the case for Eren now. He wasn't born special, but he certainly became someone special. Next up, let me actually mention Flock here. So you got this guy just coming in, storming the place, telling these guys to beat up Keith. He did miss that shot though, which was kind of surprising. Was that out of mercy or him hesitating too? I just see Sayama setting this guy to get one of the worst deaths coming up. And just for fun, let me know down below, how do you feel about Flock? Do you like him? Should he die? As for Keith getting a beatdown, I know it's terrible, but the way they did it in this panel shot was almost comedic. I'm the tough guy. None of you weaklings got the muscle to make me flinch. 5 minutes later, Keith got totally destroyed. I think they'll definitely play this up for laughs in the anime. I mean, if it was anyone else whose backstory you wouldn't know, it would be just for laughs. Thankfully the dude survived. Although I do have to mention, it was a terrible idea just telling the guy pointing the gun at you to shoot. Just horrible. I mean, don't give them any more reason or encouragement. Briefly, you do see Hanji looking miserable here. I'm sure she's feeling bad for Keith. The thing is, Hanji's supposed to be leading Flock to Zeke's location. But as you now know, they're not there anymore. They're only gonna find Zeke's glasses. Which is why I'm wondering, is Hanji gonna be potentially at risk from a pissed off Flock? I really hope Hanji doesn't get taken out by this douchebag. Oh, and just very quickly, you got a single panel shot of the former scouts in jail, with the Führer Eren at the bottom. I'll come back to them. Anyway, back into the middle of nowhere with best buddies Levi and Zeke. I gotta say, I actually enjoy seeing Zeke look so desperate here. Look at this guy's face. You could really feel he has no idea what to do next. He almost looks like some super diseased guy. Just put him out. It reminds me of all the holes in the raw Titan for the anime version. And then Levi here, no mercy at all for this fallen Yeager brother. Screw you, Zeke. Not going to even allow you to have feet to run away. Oh, that's definitely gonna be censored in the anime. And holy crap, Levi did end up making some human sushi after all. So talk about some sweet, sweet revenge. At the very end of this chapter, you're getting that Zeke flashback. You see Mr. Glasses here with that red dark Eldian band he wears. He appeared in like chapter 85, 86? With that band though, it now confirms that this guy was most likely the Beast Titan previous holder. Perhaps this guy was involved with the warrior program from the very start. I mean, you saw him practicing throwing with Zeke. Do I smell a potential flashback coming next chapter? It's gonna be extremely nice to get some insight into the mind of the Beast Titan. Just what the hell is going on inside the head of these Yeager brothers. I also got a quick prediction. I could see Zeke finally breaking down and spilling it all to Levi. I mean, Zeke literally is at his most desperate. Unless they get close to some wine-tainted Eldians, Zeke is pretty much done for. Which by the way is still a risk. That's why Levi should have saved the small Titan, then fed Zeke to it. The bigger problem at hand is that you still have that potential Titan transformation risk. That's definitely going to be coming later. Overall, for Levi vs. the Beast Titan Round 2, it actually turned out a lot better than I thought. It was actually more of a focus on Zeke's further miscalculations, instead of Levi simply being overpowered, which I'm not denying he is. In this case, he definitely had the advantage on home field. This chapter instead, you got the fall down of Zeke. Was it just karma catching up to him for not trusting others and backstabbing so much? That's finally biting him on the ass. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna feel worse for Zeke months down the line, which is after we find out why he's doing what he is. But for now, really enjoy seeing this overconfident monkey man's Ackerman miscalculation. The one top question that remains is, what is Levi's plan now? Is he still gonna take Zeke to where Historia is at? Levi should know the location. Otherwise, Levi's just gonna be playing Amazon delivery man, bringing Zeke directly to Eren. That's why I'm extremely curious to see what Levi's decision is gonna be. Is he gonna have no regrets? Either way, I'm sure that the younger Yeager brother isn't gonna be too happy. Yo Levi, you're a slave too. Now bring me my monkey brother. Right here, Levi won so easily against the beast. At this point, the only real challenge would be Eren. So, when is that face-off coming? And talk about Eren. For Eren, Mikasa, Armin, and the rest of the guys this chapter. As expected from the leaks, really almost nothing regarding these guys. I mean, they don't even show you Mikasa's destroyed face. It seems like this was a trend with Isayama lately. Something major happens, then he just makes you suffer and wait longer by having almost nothing about it in the follow-up chapter. Great way to keep you coming back. For these guys in jail, I guess that Armin could do a partial transformation to get them outside. Although I kinda doubt that this guy got enough practice. By the way, really quickly, I'm gonna have the follow-up discussion next Friday. You could go ahead and tweet me your questions right now. Just use the hashtag AOT113. And please do proofread your questions out loud and only send one question. I'm getting a lot of super similar questions lately. So if your question is very similar to other stuff everyone is asking, or your question is just unreadable, the chances of it appearing in the video go down. But anyway, let me hear from you this chapter. Question of the day. Did you love this Levi vs. the Beast Titan Round 2 fight? Was it too easy, or as expected of the Ackerman Levi? Do you have any predictions on what Levi does with monkey brains here? As for a potential Levi challenge, do you think it's over or under 50% chance that Levi vs. Eren's WarHammer happens this year? Definitely post any predictions and things I missed down below. Anyway, go ahead and give this a close thumbs up and subscribe. The new year 2019 is here. Check out my top anime I'm most hyped about for this year. There's a lot more juicy stuff coming than Attack on Titan Season 4. Also, is Goblin Slayer really the worst anime? Check out my full anime review and I'll see you guys later.